Farideh really wanted me to use this because she likes making my life hard. Oh, I literally have to like rest my arm. Hey, I'm Natasha Pickowicz. I am the executive pastry chef with the restaurants Cafe Altro Paradiso and Flora bar. Today I'm here at Munchies to make my all-time favorite carrot cake recipe, something that I've messed around with a lot over the years and has some interesting things like some pineapple jams and some coconut flakes to give it floral tropical notes. I love cake and I love layer cake when it's these super thin, defined layers. So that way when you pull your fork through the slice, you get like a big mouthful of something creamy and then the mouthful of cake, and it has this interplay that takes cake to the next level. So, first thing, we're gonna grate all these carrots. So I just take a big box grater, and I actually like to use the biggest holes on the box grater because I like being able to see the carrot in the cake after it comes out. So, I really love cakes that are not too sweet, that have great texture. A lot of cakes can get a little bit cloying. I actually wanted a cake that felt a little bit more hearty and a little bit more rustic than engineered cakes that I build for like a wedding or something like that. Because it's a liquid-based cake mix, like an oil base instead of with butter, you're actually gonna get a cake that keeps super well in the freezer, that's just gonna age in this really great way and not get dry and stays super moist. This looks like a really big grate on the carrot, but all the moisture in the carrot is gonna sort of be leached out as the cake bakes and it's gonna shrink and seem more imperceptible. So the bigger shred you can get, the more vibrant it's gonna make the final product. We're gonna do one big bowl for our wet mixture, and then we're also gonna have another bowl ready with all of our dries. And then we're gonna add at the very end, pineapple jam with the carrot. We are going to bring this together with a hand mixer, which I personally don't own one of these, but I can't wait to do this. So 5 eggs. I think it's this. Oh. It's really powerful. Okay, so what I do is I get the eggs working, get them beating up, and then I'll stream in the sugar gradually. I love the depth of flavor that dark brown sugar brings to oil-based cakes. Dark brown sugar can dry out really easily. At the restaurant, if somebody leaves the lid to our dark brown sugar ajar, the sugar will dry out into this brick, and it's one of my kitchen pet peeves. And somebody told me that if you cut up an apple and bury it in the sugar, it rehydrates the dark brown sugar within hours. So I think this needs a few more minutes. This is actually like kind of tiring my arm. So you definitely want to use a neutral cooking oil. This is 2 cups of grapeseed oil. Figure out how to turn this off. Great. A little bit of flour, and then this small amount of whole wheat flour. I love the texture and the flavor that it adds. This is baking soda and salt. So I sift everything just to be sure. One of my rules for mixing cakes is that I do not like to fill up any bowl more than halfway. Otherwise, you know, you always see the bowl that's too tight and you're like trying to make it work and it just feels like a struggle. So this is, you know, just the right amount of volume. So we're gonna turn everything into this big bowl. Turn this out. I'll add the coconut. The key is to not overwork the batter. I always err on the side of under-mixing, which really is gonna get you the most tender crumb. If you buy some of these great store-bought pineapple jams and it seems a little bit more gelatinous, I like to kind of toss it with the carrot. So I'll just kind of mix this all together to break it up. Just folding, and then I'll stop it just shy of it being mixed together. And when you transfer it into the baking sheets, you're mixing the cake more. I love to bake cake in trays. It gives me all the control in the world. Do I want to make a sheet cake that's shaped like a rectangle? Do I want to punch out circles? Baking it in a sheet is kind of like a canvas. Get out there, You just want it to be even all the way across so that when we portion it for the cake layer, it all looks the same. And that's it. So into the oven, 350, 15 to 20 minutes. If you don't have a fan setting, it might take a little bit more. Onto the cream cheese frosting. This is tempered, unsalted butter. You know, you want to be able to press your finger into it and it kind of yields willingly. We're gonna start with the cream cheese. This brand of cream cheese is called Ben's. It has this superior flavor that is super seasoned and really tangy. The ratio that I like to use is double the amount of cream cheese to butter. So you're really getting like the cream cheese experience. And I'll add in the butter piece by piece. This is close, not quite there. Let me go crank up the speed. Okay. Okay, that's level 1. Let's go higher. Okay, there we go, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas, as my dad says. We're all the way at level 5 on this particular mixer, so this is as fast as it'll go, and I have to say, it's kind of a beast, and there's something I feel kind of powerful about wielding the hand mixer. Powdered sugar. So just start a little bit at a time, work your way, go all the way up. So now is when you really want to beat lots of air into the frosting so it's sort of fluffy and cloud-like. When it's properly aerated, it will almost double in volume. Super creamy, super spreadable, and not like resist when you put a spoon into it. Ooh. This is the completed cake out of the oven. For this cake that we're making, we're gonna do a 3-layer cake from 1 half-sheet tray of cake. So what I do is trace around the edge of this bowl. And then we're gonna do one right next to it. And then we're gonna make 2 halves in this empty real estate here. The rest is kind of up for grabs. In our restaurant, these scraps never last very long. So what we're gonna do now is try to transfer these rounds to this turntable. Don't stress if it kind of breaks. Like I can feel this is so moist, it wants to crumble. Set it right in the center. And then we can start adding the icing. So I'll just pop it right in the center and then just press it out. And then just press down. I like to save my prettiest layer for the very top. Okay. And that's it. So that's the cake built. This is the rest of the icing that we're gonna use to finish it with. So I'm just kind of trying to fill in all these little holes, not stressing too much about the look of it. Cake is just one of those things where even if it looks kind of ugly, people love it. There's something that triggers joy and sharing and is actually like more charming in a way. This is like a basic crumb coating. So at this point, chill. You could chill for an hour, you could chill overnight, you could chill for 2 days. Goes right in here. Okay. So I actually brought a carrot cake that is just like exactly the one we did, is chilled to the touch and is ready for the final coat. So working my way around. It's like the first time I've ever iced a cake for a camera before, so I'm not gonna pretend this is not slightly stressful. And that's it. You could finish the cake with whatever you want. I love the look of candied cherries. We use so much of them at the restaurants. Okay, so now, moment of truth. Okay. That's carrot cake. But it's not too sweet. It's not cloying. It doesn't make your teeth hurt. Everything is really smooth. No like nuts or raisins getting in the way, but you get lots of character from the whole grain flour, from the pineapple jam, and the big shavings of carrot almost have melted into the cake, but it's so nice to be able to see them and be reminded of what this kind of classic American dessert is all about. So for the recipe, click the link below and it will tell you how to make it yourself.